Well, over to the other big story tonight. Excited with domestic demand and global triggers, gold prices continue to make new records. Fueled by sustained demand, gold prices skyrocketed past the 27,000 mark. The MCX index saw a sharp rally of 2.75% and was seen trading at rupees 27,114 for 10 grams. Meanwhile, for those looking to buy gold from jewelry stores, 10 grams of 24-karat gold will cost 26,785 rupees. Strong demand on account of festive seasons and risk aversion by big-ticket investors are fueling the prices. Well, it's time now for that special debate. Over to Sanjay Pinto for the big question tonight.
Well, thank you very much, Natasha. And we said, is gold the best investment today? Joining us live from our Hindu studio is Jitendra Vummadi, who is the partner of Vummadi Bangaru Jewellers. As I said, one of the oldest and the most reputed and trusted jewellers in Chennai. Jayshree Chinni, who is the director of Kala Manjari, who wears a lot of gold, fond of gold jewelry, I must say. And also we'll be joined later by Ashmit Kumar, our business correspondent, to give us the ramifications of this. But Jitendra, thank you very much for waiting patiently there. For once, you're probably relaxed in your showroom these days. That's usually bursting at the seams. To what extent have the footfalls in your showroom come down, or have they really?
Thank you, Sanjay. Footfalls haven't really come down because I think people have realized that gold is a good investment. It's a security, and people are buying gold in whatever quantity they can.
Saying the same rush prevails, even the same rush is there in your showroom even today as the gold prices soar?
Sanjay, I would say that the rush hasn't come down, but there is a confusion in the people's minds when the price rises. It's always, you're in doubt whether the price could come down, and you've decided to buy on a wrong day because the price was high and then fell after you bought. So this is always a feeling which people have when the prices rise. But if you look at it in the long run, people have not made a bad decision, and the prices have continued to rise. And I think the price will continue to rise in the near future as well.
All right, maybe you can give some of that credit to the rush still remaining there, to NDTV Hindu and the lifestyle show where you had the VBJ grand fashion show there. But jokes apart, Jitendra, as an investment option, is it better to buy gold jewelry or gold bars and coins? Because here there is no, with gold coins or gold bars, there's no wastage or making charges, and the wastage and making charges could vary from minimum of 10% to as high as 35%, we are told, for special or complex designs.
Yeah, Sanjay, investment is nothing but an asset that is bought and left to be in its natural state that it was bought in, and the value of that asset has risen. That's the meaning of an investment. That's the definition of an investment from the dictionary. So if you were to look at it in that sense, then I would say that buying gold in any form of your choice would be the thing to do, rather than buy gold just to sell it, because that's not what it's intended for. It is intended as a security. And this is something that we have to realize, that even banks, mighty banks, have made a big mistake by selling gold just to fund some project, and they found that it's not the right thing to do. They had an agreement in Washington. It was signed in the year 2000, and they decided not to sell more than an X amount of gold, and then we saw stability in the gold price. And now you can see that these same mighty banks are wanting to buy huge amounts of gold again. So I don't think gold is something that you need to buy to make money on. It is a good investment, and that's the way it should be treated. It should be used when you really need the money, not to make money. It's not for people don't buy gold for to make money. It's to give you an investment, I mean, that's secure, that helps you when your chips are down.
All right, you're saying buy gold not to feel good but to look good. One person is looking good here is Jayshree Chinni. Jayshree, apart from the gold watch and the rings and even the pen that you're holding. Now, for somebody like you, are you happy or worried that the gold price is actually shooting up the way it is?
Worried, obviously, because it is quite beyond the reach of most of the common man. And with the amount of festivals coming up, it becomes mandatory for them to buy gold. But I keep hearing a lot of people saying that we had to take loans, we had to kind of to buy some gift or for auspicious occasions. Gold is actually very important. It is a must for many occasions, and people do not have the kind of money.
That's what the World Gold Council also says. I mean, they're pushing people to buy gold on occasions.
So, but you find that the common man has to really bend backwards to buy so much of gold. So it's actually very quite a worrying aspect.
As a consumer yourself, will you wait for the price to settle down? Will you buy or sell at this stage?
Definitely wait for the price to settle down, but it doesn't seem to be happening, because it's for the past 10 years. I was just looking at some of the prices in the 90s, and 2000 it was just about 350 to 450 per gram. Now it's shot up so many times, multifold. So I don't think it's going to come down very much. But having said that, I would really not go and buy unless it's very essential right now. Maybe if I have an occasion, need-based,
at this
then
stage.
I would go.
Okay, that's an interesting thing. Jitendra, need-based buying at this stage, is that what you're witnessing to in your showroom?
Absolutely, that's what anyone should do. It should be need-based. That's the best way, because even if you were to go down or up, it won't bother you, because there was a purpose for which you bought it for.
All right. Jitendra, also the premium that banks charge for their coins is anywhere between 5 to 10%. Now, also the coins, we are told, have lesser liquidity as they are not bought back by the bank. So you would say that, as you've said earlier also on our shows, that it's better to buy gold coins from jewelers?
I would say it's better to buy gold coins from jewelers, because jewelers have their own facility to make these coins, and those that are sold by banks are actually imported, and the cost of making those coins are more, so the banks naturally have to charge more for those coins.
All right, let's also cut across to our business correspondent Ashmit Kumar, who's been following the price of gold as closely as he follows the stock markets with his buy or sell show every day. Ashmit, thank you very much for joining us. Now, why is that whenever the stock market goes down, the price of gold soars? Explain in layman's terms for the benefit of our viewers, Ashmit.
Well, in simple terms, Sanjay, again, the question, when people try to invest their money, they have to, a lot of people, especially Indians, look at very safe options, safe havens, essentially, if one can call it that. So when the stock markets start to disappoint, when the equities, when the shares are not performing very well, it's a very natural tendency on behalf of a number of investors, not only in India, but across the world, to actually start parking their money in safer commodities. Now, with safer commodities come into question the likes of gold and silver. So that is one of the reasons investors and traders are being more risk averse. They don't want to expose themselves to the kind of risk. Now, the global scenario is not looking very positive. There are worries on the US growth front. There are similar worries as far as Europe is concerned. There are worries in India, inflation. So with that in mind, the Indian markets have in fact been one of the worst performers in the Asian markets amongst the emerging markets. So again, investors have been disappointed, and this has been observed as a very natural tendency of investors the world over to start parking money in commodities which they feel are safer, and gold is definitely a safe haven right now. Even currencies such as dollar is not attracting as much attention as gold. There are worries, a different set of worries altogether on that front. But gold, as what analysts are calling it, is the safest bet for investors anywhere across the world, and that has been one trend that has been fueling the prices, and some analysts say it is expected to continue.
All right, comprehensive analysis is always there from Ashmit. Back to you, Jitendra. Gold exchange traded funds, ETFs, are a hot option these days. Now, these are like mutual funds, as we all know. They invest only in gold, but they are proving to be easier and safer mode to buy gold, and 25% to 30% returns are almost assured in a few months. At least that's been the case in the last couple of months.
That's been the case even with the physical purchase of gold. So I for one would prefer to buy gold in the physical form, but there may be others who would prefer to have it in the non-physical form. I feel more comfortable with the purchase that I made if it's with me. This is my opinion, and different people could think differently.
Okay, that's Jitendra's opinion as a jeweler, because it suits him as well. But as a consumer, as a lady, the fact that with regard to ETFs, the gold funds, the fact that you never get to see the gold actually, is that a big turn off?
Definitely, because especially being a lady, I would definitely like to know what I own. You know, it's the emotional value or the sentiment value attached to owning a jewelry piece or owning gold. I think that is definitely not there in a fund. You know, so I guess I would definitely prefer to have gold, to know what I own.
All right. Also, Jayashree, at a very practical level now with the wedding season coming up, do you see a sort of trickle-down effect here that given the price of gold, now people will have to, a sizable chunk of their budget for a wedding, for instance, would go towards gold, the purchase of gold. Do you see them cutting corners with regard to other things, let's say the reception expenses?
Yeah, definitely, because gold doesn't seem to be coming down at all. It seems to be spiraling upwards. So, but gold is definitely an essential part of any wedding. So, the parents of the bride or the bridegroom will definitely cannot compromise on buying jewelry or which is considered very auspicious. But you are able to arrange other stuff at slightly lesser costs. If you know have the right contacts, then you can definitely arrange other stuff for a slightly lesser cost compared to jewelry. So I guess definitely they will compromise on certain other things which are not as auspicious or as essential for a wedding as much as jewelry is.
All right, Ashmit.